Hello folks, Bob Tuskin here. You know, conscious reggae music is one of humanity's beacon of truth, of light, of love. And one of the paramount influences in this conscious reggae music world is none other than Pato Banton. From the UK to Jamaica to New York, all over, worldwide. It's a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, people from all over gravitate to your music, and it's because of the message. Do you agree in part that that's the case?
I agree in part that's the case, yes.
Right. So some of the themes you talk about, and not just you, in the greater body of reggae music, good over evil. Let's start with that.
Yes.
Is there not an evil influence in our world today that is prevalent in media and culture and basically brainwashing and corrupting the mind of the youth?
Yes. 1 second.
Uh-oh. See right there. That's Babylon's culture right there. But we can't live with it. We can't live without it, unfortunately.
That's right. We have to find the right balance. I would say, regarding evil in the world, I would say human beings are naturally evil.
Naturally, it's human nature.
It's human nature to be animalistic. It's human nature to want to have sex, to want to get drunk, to want to have a good time. It's spiritual nature to want to control yourself and do what's good for the better of your health and for the future of mankind.
Sure.
It's spiritual nature that is altruistic. It's animal human nature that is selfish and want to get it for myself. It's animal human nature that makes a man be in a relationship but still be looking at other girls.
But humans aren't animals. We have that spiritual side that makes us beyond that.
That's right. We are fundamentally, at our root core, as on a physical level, animals. You know.
Right.
But when we go through the mind, we have a direct connection to spirituality, which allows us to gain higher values, have higher ethics and morality, and look at things on a more universal scope and a futuristic scope than just the immediate pleasure.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. The question I think is most pertinent to this discussion that I have to ask is censorship and bureaucracy and evil in the music industry promoting the Lady Gaga mind control or the Miley Cyrus with all this aberrant behavior, this sexual, bullshit to be blunt, and all these subliminals. You watch some of these mainstream music videos, you would be surprised. There's satanic rituals taking place in the music videos, in the award ceremonies. How do you rise above it, and have you suffered as a consequence of living in this world of mind control and Satanism, not being able to be as successful as you ought to be? Have you seen people say, Pato, I'm sorry man, your message is too good, it's too beautiful, or we can't promote this music kind of thing?
Yeah, I've had promoters tell me I'm too spiritual.
Too spiritual?
Yeah, too spiritual, too political, too conscious. I think everybody suffers when a society goes down the road of materialism and sex and drugs and rock and roll and promotes the wrong values to the next generation of kids. Because all of these pop stars, all of these rock stars, all of these hip hop stars who are promoting these negative things that you've mentioned are basically controlled by big corporations, by record labels, who only give them 1/10 of what they earn anyway. So there's some other people behind the scenes who are really earning the money. And of course, when you tap into, again, going back to human nature and our animalistic tendencies, when you tap into those things with sex and drugs and rock and roll and with subliminal,
it's mind control.
And yeah, it's mind control. But young people soak it up, and every generation of kids always end up soaking up the wrong values until they get into their 20s and 30s and start to wake up and go, oh, and then the next thing they know, their parents are kids who are getting led down the wrong road as well.
Exactly.
So it's a continual cycle in a world of negativity and darkness. But we are told in most scriptures, whether it's Western scriptures, Eastern scriptures, we're told that spiritual people are supposed to live in the world but not be of the world.
Right.
So we're taught that from history, the popular trend was always sex and drugs and rock and roll, and it was always the minority of spiritual people and sincere truth seekers and people that were awake who were getting chastised because they were trying to alert everybody. If you look at all the prophets in the Bible, nearly every single one of them was killed by the religious leaders or by the populace because they was telling the people, what you're doing is wrong, you all need to turn to God.
We look at
people
these
didn't want to hear
figures
it.
like Jesus. He was a freedom fighter.
That's right.
He went in and told the money changers.
That's right.
To stop manipulating the money. To get out. To get the hell out. And we need to do that with a lot of our banks today. That's for sure.
So you know we are still suffering from what is called in the spiritual realm the Lucifer rebellion. You know, Lucifer rebelled against God and, you know, decided that there's another option, because we were taught in the beginning that there was only one way, which was to do our best to overcome our animalistic tendencies and do the will of God and to become spiritual. Lucifer came along with his idea that do what the hell you like and there's no consequences. And our planet is one of 37 or 47 planets that is suffering from this false philosophy and doing what the hell we like. And we now live in a secular country, America, that was based on in God we trust. Now it's take God out of school, take God out of everything.
Take all morality and ethics, everything.
So we live in a world now where it's do what the hell you want.
Right.
But, you know, the scriptures tell us that, you know, everyone is called, but only a few choose to follow the right way. So, you know, when I look at society, I don't get angry. I don't get upset about the way. No, I don't get upset about the way people live, because I still believe that humanity is evolving. We are growing. And have you ever had children?
Yeah, I have one.
You got one child. Yes. How old is your child
He's now 3.
All right, 3. When your child was 6 months, 8 months, just starting to crawl, you didn't get upset with your child because, was it a girl or a boy?
It's a boy.
It's a boy. You didn't get upset with your son because he wasn't walking.
I said, why aren't you walking yet? No, you're right, yeah? I didn't.
When you saw him crawling, you was like, I can't wait till he starts to walk.
It was beautiful.
And then when he took his first step,
and now he's like, running all over the place, and I want him to crawl again.
You're trying to slow him down.
Exactly.
And then when your son wasn't talking, you was trying to teach him words so that he could speak.
And now he won't shut up.
And now he won't shut up. So
for him too.
When I look at humanity, I see a child. I see a child in its infancy that is still crawling and hasn't learned to even speak.
You're more patient than I am.
You know what I mean? And I am willing to give humanity a long future to grow up, because what we're going through is immaturity. You know, we can call it evil, we can call it dark, we can call it whatever we want, but at the end of the day, it's all based on immaturity. And mature people behave in mature ways. And when mature people are really mature, they look at immature people with sympathy, because these people don't realize the beauty that they're missing from living a mature life. They think they're having a great time, but when you look at the suicidal rate, you look at the amount of drug overdoses, look at the amount of people who lose all their money because of sex videos. 50 Cent just got fined 5 million. 50 Cent just got a $5 million lawsuit for exposing a girl's sex tape illegally. So, you know, all of these things cause people's problems.
Right.
When if you live a clean, mature life, you're living in peace.
You don't have that. So let me talk about the shatas in reggae culture and in hip hop, you know, some of these gangster, you know, rap. I don't even know what's going on. Let me tell you a quick story. There was an anonymous article written by a person that claimed to be in the music industry. And he said that people from the prison industrial complex, the owners of these big prisons, sat down with this record executive and said, look, we want you to promote criminal behavior and gangster behavior in the music. because what this does is it helps to fill the prisons,
Yes.
to keep a cycle, especially in the
Yes.
black community.
Yes.
They focused on that
Yes.
community.
Yes.
It's eugenics.
Yes.
It's focusing on this group of people
Yeah.
to then lock them up in prisons
And keep the prisons busy.
and keep the prisons busy.
Yeah.
We know Rick Ross, one of not the rapper Rick Ross,
Yes.
the real Freeway Ricky
Yes.
Ross. He was working for the CIA, and they put him in prison while Oliver North and the governmental bodies were handing him the crack.
Yes.
And all he wanted to do was make money.
Yes.
So we know there's that element of corruption in music today.
Oh yeah.
And that's something we have to expose, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
And that's why somebody like yourself isn't on an MTV Music Award or
Uh-huh.
whatever it might be, because
Yes.
it's all co-opted, it's all
Yes. I'm not
controlled.
playing the game.
No, you're not.
I'm not playing the game.
And I thank you for not playing the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Pato Banton. If you haven't heard his music, what's the best way for them to hear you and get in touch with
They
you?
can go to patobanton.com and check out my website. They can also go to Pato Banton on Facebook. They can go to Pato Banton and the Now Generation on ReverbNation.com, and they can listen to all my music and download my entire catalog free of charge.
Boom! Right there.
Okay.
So I really hope you support him, because you need the people's support as a grassroots artist. I mean, you've been doing it for, what, 80 years? You look good, by the way.
I've been doing it for a long
You
time.
look good, man. You look good. This guy's probably in his 90s. I don't know how old he is, but he looks good. It must be all the good, positive energy.
Yeah, clean living, man, natural living.
Yes, all right, Pato, thanks so much, brother.
And
All the
I
best
want to
to you.
congratulate you as well for staying conscious, for letting the people know what's going on in the world and in the music industry and in society as well. And I just want to encourage all the young people out there who want to get involved with music. Don't sell your soul to achieve success. Stay true to who you want to be. Keep your music clean. Keep your music clean so that you can take it to your mom and your grandmom and play it to them and say, hey family, this is my new song. You know what I mean? Be proud of what you're doing, and don't sell out just so you can go along with the flow of what's popular now, because in 10 years time, what's popular now won't be popular then.
And then what we have left.
That's right.
What we have to show in your heart, in
That's
your spirit.
right. So stay true to yourself. You know what I mean? Educate yourself about the best way to go about your career. And, you know, use YouTube, use iTunes, use Facebook, use Twitter. Use all of these tools, because they wasn't here for us 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Artists didn't have these tools. They had to sell themselves to record companies who manipulated them and robbed them. So you have all of these great tools at your fingertips, so you can stay in control of your own music and maintain your own copyrights and even manage yourself.
But be careful of the microchip.
Yes.
The microchip gonna chip you and fail you. Taurus Riley.
Yeah,
You know
stay
the
on top
tune?
of it, yeah.
All
Stay
right.
on top of it.
Thank you so much.
Blessings. Peace.